In the age of technology, we have a million reasons why we should not attend design school or any school for that matter. Especially now that we have access to all of the information, there's a plethora of resources out there that are free. There are blogs, there's many resources where you can learn about interior design. So is it worth it to actually attend an interior design school or get an interior design degree? Let's find out. My name is Asil and I'm an interior designer. I graduated 10 years ago and I've been working as an interior designer ever since then. So I wanted to weigh in here about the pros and cons of attending interior design school. As somebody who has graduated, I have a Bachelor of Science in Interior Design from Ajmal University. I think it gave me like a good footing to get into the real world. But I want to tell you, I want to be 100% transparent about all of the stuff that you will gain and some of the stuff that you will not be benefiting from a degree. So let's talk about that. First of all, let's talk about the pros of attending an interior design school. When you get formal education in interior design school, you will build a foundation, you'll build library of basics that you will always be able to use on your day-to-day life if you decide to continue as an interior designer after you graduate. So it's not a waste when it comes to learning the basics. Can you learn the basics on the internet? Of course, because the curriculum is already built for you, so you'll not have to think about what to learn plus learning. It's just laid out for you, so you'll just have to do the learning. Point number 2, it's a safe space for experimentation and creative outlet because you don't have to face the consequences of, being in the field and making mistakes in real life. Is it better to learn on site? Absolutely, yes. You will be able to catch on quick on what to avoid because it's very jarring to make a mistake on site. But I think it's a good space because they give you projects that you will prepare and you have creative freedom. I mean, one of my projects was actually building a bedroom for a vampire because I was obsessed with Twilight back then. So it gives you this space to explore your creativity a little bit. I think in real life that kind of is taken away from you, even whether you're self-learning interior design or you have a degree in interior design. By the way, I'm reading from my phone, so I'm sorry if it makes an appearance. Let's talk about the degree itself because I think there is something to say there. If you have a degree from a university that's prestigious, that has a good name, example like if you go to Harvard or Oxford or Princeton or any of those Ivy League education, even here in UAE, I would say like AUS. So like the bigger name universities, they do have like a lot of connections between professors and firms that will hire you after you graduate. So it's kind of a good thing if you're graduating from a prestigious university. If you decide to take that route, it will give you a bigger head start than if you're starting from a regular university. The fourth pro I would say is that you have a network to start with. You have your peers, people who studied with you, who you already have connections with, people that you can rely on if you decide to take a traditional job. Also, the professors can recommend you to their own connections. So from the networking stand of view, it's pretty good to have a degree. Pro number 5, and in any kind of career, you learn a lot of soft skills when it comes to university because you are forced to make presentations in front of your entire class. So it kind of prepares you for a sales pitch with a client. It prepares you for communicating with clients. It prepares you for teamwork if it's done correctly, because not all universities have, good setups when it comes to teamwork. Also, you have the time management and, getting all of your work done the last day if you are a professional procrastinator. So it's all like a preparation for what's to come. Sometimes degrees are crucial if you want to be hired in a traditional job. So from 9 to 5, it's sometimes required for the job to see your education. And it also matters what kind of program you enroll in. Let me know if you want a video on that because there are different types, and you can go into engineering school, which is the one I attended, where you learn a lot about the detailing itself, the joinery works, you learn about construction. So it's kind of diving deep into engineering rather than an art degree in interior design, which can be like more useful in aesthetics and in conceptual design. It can help if you have a specific outcome in mind. So you want to be a stylist, you don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of construction world, and you don't want to be somebody on site, it differs what kind of degree you want. So there's that. That's not a pro, but I just needed to add it here. Now let's talk about cons, because there are cons. First of all, you'll not be able to get everything you need in university. There's no way, nobody ever, from graduating from any degree, even if you are in medical school, you will still need to be able to research the latest ways to, for surgery, for operation, what's going on. So this is an ongoing path. I need to say this here, it's not a con either, but it's just important to know that you will not be able to cover everything within your university degree. There's no way. So a university degree does not equal you'll know everything. Something to add here is that most curriculums in universities is not up to date. They try to upgrade their knowledge to the latest situation and the latest trends, for example, AI, but these courses take years to develop before it's actually within the official curriculum. Not every single formal education is up to date. And a formal education can be very costly. Some people fall into like the trap of debt, and it can be very jarring. You can take years to pay it off, and it's really important to see if it's worth it for you. For some people, the financial burden may outweigh the benefits of graduating with a degree. So it all depends on your financial situation in the beginning. And also there's a lot of time commitment. If you want to earn a degree, for me it took me 4 years to graduate, so that commitment, it's not very ideal for everybody, because sometimes you just want to start your career in interior design depending on where you are in life, like how old are you right now and what is it that you want to achieve. It can consume, a couple of years for you to get a degree, so it depends on whether you want to spend that time or not. So the next point that I have is actually the lack of personalization in education. And that is not only in universities, that's also in schools. I think, it's important that we learn about the stuff that we're interested in, and that, to improve our strength rather than seek to even our weakness. It's good to do that. But then in the university, you will have a lot of different courses that cover different topics. For example, I would 100% opt out of construction. If it was possible for me to gain a degree without construction course, I would, definitely let it go, because it's just not my cup of tea. And I understood this early on, but I just didn't want to listen. And, this is something that's very important. You will get a generalized education, and it's your responsibility to specialize later on, or to understand what is it that you actually like to continue in your career as an interior designer. The next con is the fact that there is no guarantees whatsoever. If you get any degree, any course, any kind of a formal education, or any kind of online degree, that you'll succeed. Your success completely depends on what you're willing to do as an interior designer, and how up to date you keep with the world, with technology, with the trends, with everything, rather than depending on a degree that might hold value or might not hold value. It all depends on you. Whenever we're buying anything, we always look for a guarantee, part of a marketing strategy as well, to guarantee people like their full refund. You can't do that with a degree. And the most important ingredient in your journey here is you. If you're going to the university as a part of self-exploration, as a part of a journey, then it's a good idea to do so. In my own experience, it was one of the best things that happened in my life, because I really loved the courses. I loved to study space planning, I loved to study graphics, I loved to study pretty much every course I went through except for construction. Was a really cool thing to study, and this is a part of the charm of interior design. It's not easy to be an interior designer. It's not an easy course. Everybody goes in there thinking that it's maybe like the easiest degree to get. It's not. Going back to my own experience, I truly love interior design school. I love that I have a formal education. It helped me have a lot of confidence in myself as an interior designer. because by the end of the day it kind of eliminates feeling like an imposter a little bit, because you know, you'd have the degree, but you know, it doesn't guarantee that you will not feel the imposter syndrome. It's just the more you know that you don't know anything, right? If you have a formal education in interior design, tell me your experience. I would love to know, how was it for you? Do you agree with what I said? And if you are planning to go to interior design school, what is the part that you're most excited for? A fun fact here is that I enrolled in the College of Interior Design because I saw a YouTube video of this girl who did a room tour of her dorm room, and she was studying interior design, and I could relate a lot to the tools she had, the books she had, the notebooks, and this is exactly why I switched. I didn't research it, so if you're researching, good for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to answer. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the like button, by the way. It helps a lot. And I hope you have a great time over the day wherever you are in the world. See you next week. Bye.